How's it going, everyone? We are back with another weekly watch list. So that's going to be May wrapped up. It is already June, which is just unbelievable. But we're back with another weekly watch list. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate every single one of you. Let's rock and roll. So on the daily here on ES, we had a really nice battle going on. Hit that 6,000 level. Expected to be sellers there. Just need to see how strong they're going to be, how much volume they're going to put behind it. You know, this 6,000 area is going to be super, super key. We get over it, we're probably, if not guaranteed, going to see new all-time highs. If we reject it again, you know, we'll come back down, who knows where. Maybe retest these FOMC lows at 5,600. You know, we'll see. Okay, so let's break it down to a lower time frame here. So looking at ES, we bounced the 61 fib from this impulse move perfectly on Friday. It was after my trading hours, but look at that. It looks fantastic. As far as supply and demand goes, I do have two 30-minute supply and demand zones. We have a 30-minute demand here on ES. We have a 30-minute supply here on ES. These are going to be my main areas that I'm going to be watching for a bounce of rejection on Monday, right? Above this 30-minute supply zone, my next is going to be, supply zone is going to be up here at 6,000. And demand zone, of course, is going to be at the 61 fib to bounce again. If not, we have all kinds of demand here. This 4-hour, 3-hour, 2-hour, just above 5,800 here on ES. So let's go over to SPY. SPY is going to look very similar as well. I have the previous day low and previous day high. Above the previous day high, I'm looking at this 30-minute supply zone. And below the previous day low, I have this daily gap as well. So if we get below the previous day low, it's pretty likely that we go and fill this gap here on the daily. And again, I also have this 30-minute demand zone that I'm watching as well on SPY, but I'm just going to see where the futures open up. So I'm not actually going to chart the whole thing just yet with the levels and so on, just have it marked here for later. And again, if we look at that 30-minute, again, not a huge zone, but decent enough for me to mark out, but this 30-minute supply above the previous day high. All right. Let's go over to SPX. SPX is just going to be the previous day high, previous day low, and whole cycle numbers and gaps in between. This 5,900 has been pretty key all week. So if we're below 5,900, then I'll be looking at puts back down to this previous day low area. Underneath the previous day low, we have this daily gap and this gap here at 5,804, right around 5,800. But if we look on the dailies, we can see the gap more clearly. Not a huge gap here. It's the high of this candle, the low of this candle here on the daily. There's not a huge gap here, so it's more likely to come and fill this 5,800 area. Again, it's for over the previous day high. If we are showing strength, we're not very far from all-time highs. So it wouldn't be surprising to make new all-time highs if we clear above 6,000. But as long as we're under 6,000, we expect to see some resistance in this area. Let's go over to NQ. So as far as NQ goes, we are just bounced this major demand zone here. It's on the 4-hour, it's a 2-hour, I believe a 3-hour as well. It's got 21,000 in there as well. That's going to be the area I'm looking for bounces. If we break below this, my next area is going to be down here at 2751, where we bounced previously as well. As far as supply zones, I'm looking at this 45-minute supply zone here, which we already rejected out of once. If we get above that 45-minute supply at 21,424, my next supply zone is going to be a 45-minute and a 30-minute supply zone up here at 21,696 down to 21,624. And then lastly, we'll go over to QQQ. Looking at QQQ, let's go down to the hourly. Again, previous day high, previous day low, really simple here. If we get underneath this previous day low, which was also a daily gap fill, my next demand is going to be down here at 505.65 and then down here at 501.48. We have another gap on the daily underneath that as well. If we break below 501, we have this daily and weekly gap down here at 492 and 491. Above the previous day high, which also has 45-minute supply in it that we rejected already as well. My next supply is going to be this 45-minute zone up here at 526. Same thing with QQQ. Like if we just get above this 530, it's very likely that we set a new all-time high. So that's going to be everything that I'm watching for this week in the market. It's very simple. Previous day high, previous day low. Intraday, I marked the pre-market high and pre-market low. And supply and demand zones as well from the 4-hour all the way down to the 30-minute. Very simple. I look for price action to confirm with volume at these key levels. A break and retest is my bread and butter. It's really that simple. So that's going to be looking for. I have my June goals marked out as well. Really pushing for a 60% or higher win rate this next month. Ideally with a average win 1.5 to 2 times or more greater than my average loss, and just total a profit factor 1.5 to 2.0 would be absolutely fantastic for this month of June. I mean, that would essentially eliminate the drawdown that I am currently in at this time. So wishing you all a great week inside and outside the market. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider dropping a like, commenting, subscribing. Appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you have a great day and a great week. Once again, I'll see you all in the next watch list.